Attention contractors! You want to hear a little secret? Besides all the awesome keynote speakers, panels, debates, and breakout sessions, we host the largest trade show expo floor on the planet at the Windstorm Conference. At WTS, you can tour our massive trade show expo floor and meet with many of your favorite industry vendors, manufacturers, service, and technology providers. You also may meet some new ones that will help you scale your company to scale it in 2020. They're all coming! Meet with your favorite building suppliers like ABC, Beacon, SRS, USLBM, and many more. Or how about some of your favorite manufacturers? GAF, Tamco, Owens Corning, Malarkey, IKO, Certainty, Tilcor, Duralast, Decra, and many more of your favorite manufacturers. Or check out some of our many technology and service providers like Hilltrace, Acculinks, Xactimate, and many more. What's up, Derek? Booyah, baby. At WTS, we're also going to bring you the latest in drone and virtual reality technology. We're going to show you the latest industry-specific training on the planet on how to use this new technology to scale your company in 2020. So come join the shakers and movers of the industry at the Windstorm Conference and Trade Show Expo on February 20, 21, 22 at the Phoenix Convention Center and make the decision to scale it in 2020. Booyah, baby!
And there we go. I'm like, I know I said it right. It was a blank screen for a second. Everything's good though. All right, it is noon. It is time for our daily hail forecast. For those who don't know me, I'm meteorologist Heather Kay, filling in for John as he is preparing our yearly forecast. So you're stuck with me for the next few days. Sorry! Well, we got the Merlin Law Group and the C3 Group sponsoring this video. Thank you guys as always. And like I mentioned, John is working on our yearly forecast on what we are thinking is going to happen this year. And here we go. If it works, will it go? Come on, girl. Is it on? I don't know. I think the battery's dead. I don't know why it's not working. Ooh. I think my computer's frozen. Oh yeah, she is not happy. Just gotta give it a second, you guys. Hopefully everyone has been having a great day. There we go, I fixed it. Yay! All right. So, like I've been saying for the last 30 seconds, while the computer has been deciding to act up, we are once again going on the road for our Highway to Hell 2 tour. And here are the cities that we will be visiting. We're going to be starting in Omaha on the 20th, then Denver, Atlanta, here in Oklahoma City on February 10th, down to Dallas on the 12th of February, Charlotte, then Orlando at the very end of February, then going way back up north to Chicago, Minneapolis, and then closing out in Pittsburgh on March 10th. So if you're in any of these cities and you want to kind of get a glimpse of what we're thinking, of what's going to happen for this year in terms of hail, make sure you check us out. I believe all of the info is on our Facebook page, or you can just email us for more information. Okay, oh yeah, okay, computer's being good. That's a good sign. Let's check out Oklahoma. There are only 2 states left. Oklahoma is the second from the last. Tomorrow, hopefully, we will check out Texas. But for Oklahoma, we saw 393 hail reports for 2019. A little bit higher than what we saw in 2018, where we saw 260 reports. Not even close, though, to what we saw the previous 2 years. 2017, we saw 520. 2016, 401. Our average is 409. And the record year within those last 20 years was in 2011, where we saw 705 reports. So that's almost double of what we saw this year. In terms of maps, we made 53. 503 would be a lot of maps. I don't even know if we would be sleeping. 53 maps. 33 of those were 1-star maps. 13 of those were 2 stars. 6 3-star maps. And then we had 1 4-star map, which happened on March 23rd of last year. That was in Edmond and Oklahoma City. The max size got up to 2 inches in diameter, and a little less than 50,000 houses were impacted by those storms. And here are a few pictures here from the storms that impacted the Edmond and Oklahoma City metro areas. That was a pretty interesting day, to say the least. Okay, so unfortunately, we're not expecting anything in the way of hail today. No hail, no wind. Is going to be a very quiet day. But as we go into tomorrow and Saturday, this is just a very broad explanation of what we are going to be seeing. I'll get even more detailed as we see more of the information come in for tomorrow as well as Saturday. But this is what we're thinking for tomorrow. Again, a lot of it's going to be wind, but in the initial development, we are expecting some hail. The question is, how fast will those storms congeal into a line? But for tomorrow, I did actually extend the risk a little bit to the west of Dallas. I think if you're in the Dallas metro area tomorrow, you do have a pretty good chance to see severe weather, including hail. So make sure you keep an eye to the sky if it's still bright out. Stay tuned to your news stations and all that jazz, and of course here at Hill Trace, as we will give you the most updated information as things basically ramp up. I also extended it to the south, so San Antonio, maybe as far south as Corpus Christi. You can see those severe elements tomorrow as well. I do think, though, as you go south to Houston and Corpus Christi, by the time those storms move on to the east, it'll be more of a line. But hey, if we can get some storms in front of that line, there could be a small hail risk as well. Now getting into Saturday, I really didn't change Saturday that much. Again, I think once we get into Saturday, it's going to definitely be more of a wind risk. But if there could be storms that fire ahead of that main line, there could be that hail risk as well. But as of right now, Saturday looks more like a wind and tornado threat compared to hail. So this is the NAM model, kind of showing you an idea of what we're expecting, or what the model is kind of thinking on what the storm modes are going to be like. You can see development will start maybe just west of the Dallas area, and we're hoping in terms of hail that those storms will stay isolated long enough to be hail producers. But you can see once they do develop, they form into a line fairly quickly. So again, once we get into Friday evening and into Saturday, it's going to be a pretty decent wind threat, I think. So that's for the Texas area. Now this is for Saturday. You can see as we get into Saturday morning and into late Saturday and maybe into Sunday, it's very, very clear. It's going to be a mostly linear event. So that means wind, maybe some tornado But yeah, wind mostly as of right now. But like I said, if there are storms that could form ahead of that line, we could see some hail as well. But this looks like mostly wind for Saturday. So this is the Cape. This is our friend. This is the food that the storms feed off of. And you can see as we get into tomorrow afternoon and into Saturday, here we go. Here, this is tonight into tomorrow, that energy really starts to increase. But then as we get into Saturday, there's not as much Cape. So we like to see higher values of Cape for hail. And as they start to decrease with that plus other ingredients, that says wind. So Friday, it looks like the better day for hail. Now, this is the lapse rates. Again, like I've been talking about, as you go higher up into the atmosphere, the faster the temperatures cool down. That means the potential for larger hail. Now, the reds and the purples you can see in southeast Texas, again, that's going to be the areas that we'll be watching for that severe hail if storms can stay isolated long enough before they turn into a line, and then they start to disappear as we get into Saturday. So again, that is an indicator that we could see more wind and not as much hail on Saturday. So hail, central and southeast Texas, if again those storms can stay by themselves. And lastly, we have the upper levels. This again will be the system that we'll be watching. It's going to start looking very mean as we get into Saturday. You can see those brighter colors of yellow. Those are the stronger winds up in the upper levels. So pretty interesting to see something like this in January. This does not happen very often. So it's kind of like, okay, how's this going to pan out? We don't know. We have to find out and see. Okie dokie. So as we get into Friday and Saturday, here are a few things that we are kind of expecting in terms of what's going to happen. Will this happen the way that we expect it to? It never does. But as of right now, this looks like it's going to be mostly a wind and tornado event, but there could be some hail in there, especially in the beginning. As of right now, again, if there's going to be any hail, it's going to start just to the west of Dallas. I think as of right now, it seems like every run the storms are starting to kind of start to form slightly west each time. So that's something to keep an eye on. But then, yes, once the hail happens, it looks like it may turn into a line fairly quickly. So then it'll turn into mostly of a wind event as we get into late Friday and into Saturday. And then, of course, the wild card are those isolated supercells that could form ahead of the main line. If that happens, we could see some hail. Other than that, I think it's going to be mostly wind, whether it's straight line winds or isolated tornadoes within that line. We'll find out. But yes, hail mostly on Friday as we start out, and then it will evolve into wind as we get into the rest of Friday and Saturday. So that is all I have for you today. Make sure you set us first on Facebook. You don't want to miss anything for this very rare event that may potentially unfold. All you need to do is go to our Facebook page, click on the follow button, and then select See First. And then we do have a new website. It will be a year in March, but if you are new to the Hail Trace family, or if you're still having issues navigating, whether it is the PC or your phone version, please call us. We're happy. We are nice. We don't bite. We're here to help you. So call us, email us. We are very happy to help you out. We can set up a training for you and your team. And lastly, as always, any questions, concerns, you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com. Visit our site at www.hailtrace.com. We have info on what we do, our maps, all of the products that we offer. We have bios on there as well if you want to get to know us a little bit better. And then we also have an Instagram page. You can check that out as well. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And if you're in Dallas, start doing those hail dances, and maybe we can actually get something in the month of January.